Hello and welcome to the next video on World of Warcraft Shadowlands. In this next video we will be going through another chapter in Bastion. However, things do get complicated on this video or this part because, like the title says, we will be ticking off your personal assistant for the achievement The Path to Ascension, but when we check the chapters around here, campaign progress, your personal assistant isn't even mentioned. So when we complete this next chapter, we'll be ticking off by the Archon's will. So at that point, the story and the chapter and the achievement don't converge anymore. So that's a bit complicated. Anyway, let's have a look at what the previous video entailed. You took Lysonia's memory fragment to the mnemonic locus, where you learned more about the origins of the Forsworn. Force-Light Prime Mechanicos helped you uncover an incoming second Forsworn attack somewhere in Bastion. So that's where we ended the video. So we entered the Vault of the Archon, we checked the last part of memory and came back through this teleport pad back to the entrance of the mnemonic locus. Okay, let's move on.
How may I serve you?
Go in service. We cannot waste any more time. We must get an audience with the Archon before this next attack happens. We need to find a way to get to the Elysian Hold, and quickly! Heroes' Rest is a place of respite for the aspirants of Bastion. You can see it floating above from across the fields. Meet me there when you can. I have a plan. Okay, we can't see it right now, but we will soon enough. Okay, so meet Clea at Heroes' Rest.
Our purpose is to serve. We must get this information to the Archon. Meet me at Heroes' Rest.
I will prepare Centurions for an attack.
Alrighty then. Let's get moving then. So again we follow the waypoint, which is way over here. So again we take a right. Seems like we have to take a lot of rights in Bastion. Over there we just saw a quest, but that's an optional quest, so that's not part of this video. Okay. So the waypoint is right there. Just gonna cut across these fields. No aggressive monsters here anyway.
Welcome, mortal. This gateway will take you above.
Thank you. Okay.
I understand, Clea. We must call the Polemarch. He can present you to the Archon.
Seems like Bastion is finally taking our story serious.
You are a sign of the winds of change.
The Polemarch? He is the right hand of the Archon. She truly believes us. We still have a chance.
Keep a calm mind.
Okay, back to Calistene.
I would have you speak.
Your personal assistant. So, sounds familiar, I hope. Here in Heroes' Rest, we have a beacon that is the fastest way to draw the Polemarch's attention. It has been quite some time since it has been used, or since we have used it, and I am afraid that it has fallen into disrepair. I authorize you to receive a steward companion during your stay here in Bastion. I will call for some to convene here. You may select one to aid you. Select a steward to aid you, then return to Calistene. We'll receive this. Summon steward. Call your steward to bring you a vial of serenity that can be consumed to restore 20% health and remove curse, disease, poison and bleed effects. Your steward additionally offers access to a selection of useful amenities for 4 minutes.
I will be watching you. A steward will aid you in summoning Polemarch Adresti. Choose one to be your companion.
Okay, so in my opinion, sorry, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. So There's a lot of stewards to pick from. Well, let's pick this one.
Yoo-hoo!
Dintos. Whatever you need, I do. I need assistance. Are you sure you will not be able to change this for some time?
Toodle-hoo!
I will not disappoint. And goes back to work, okay. So back to Kalistene.
Yes, mortal.
Whenever you need assistance, your steward will be available to provide many services. And there we go. Your personal assistant is already finished. So,
Go in service.
like I said, I would work towards by the Archon's will in this video. Chose to do so because obviously 2 quests is enough for an entire video. So oh, here it is. Your personal assistant has been ticked off. So that's the first part of the video complete. So now we will work towards the chapter. So we'll continue the video or the story
State your purpose.
in the same video. Steward at work. Stewards are useful for many reasons. They keep Bastion tidy, fix anything broken, and offer unrivaled companionship and support. Your new steward assistant should be able to repair the beacon. Then you can summon the Polemarch to Hero's Rest. Use Summon Steward to fix the beacon of invocation, then use it to summon Polemarch Adrestes.
Archon's eyes upon you. I have other duties to attend to. Your steward can repair the beacon at your request.
Yes, ma'am. So let's drag this right here. Okay, steward summoned. Okay, so it doesn't show up on the minimap, but it's supposed to be right here. If you summon it anywhere else within the zone, it will automatically I mean the steward will automatically run here, so might as well come stand close to it. So as you can see, clicking the button summoned our steward, and we received Files of Serenity. This happens every time you summon your steward. You only get 3. So if you have 2 on you, you will receive 1. So they are capped at, oh yeah, it actually says so. Unique Files of Serenity 3. Okay then.
How do you do?
Let's speak with our steward. Who can help, can do many tasks, or just keep company. I need you to fix the beacon of invocation.
Goodbye, my friend.
I'm on it. That's a weird jump. There we go. All done. Working good. Okay, so beacon of invocation activated. Here we go. Speak to Polemarch Adrestes in Hero's Rest.
For what purpose do you like the beacon, aspirants?
Polemarch, we have urgent news for the Archon.
You are the ones from the Temple of Purity. Very well, then.
Really shouldn't hover over people, their characters, but it happens automatically for me.
You have questions.
So this is the Polemarch. Kalistene has vouched for you by allowing usage of the beacon. For that reason, you have my attention. So by allowing us to use it, the beacon, Kalistene has vouched for us. Okay. Unspoken rule. On swift wings. Our revered Archon has decided to grace you with an audience. It is your duty to present your discoveries to her, then follow her wise judgment. She holds audience in Elysian Hold, part of the sprawling Spires of Ascension, the home of the Ascended. We shall carry you there, for it is a place for those who can fly. Fly with Adrestes to Elysian Hold. And for that we get a, a new cape.
Stay true to our eternal
Finally,
charge.
an audience with the Archon. We shall meet you there, my friend.
Alrighty then. I live my life in humble service to the Archon. My every word, every action is by her grace. I am ready to go to Elysian Hold.
Go in service.
Yeah, sure, grabbing by my neck again.
The Paragons have already assembled and await the Archon's arrival. It would be wise for you to listen until asked to speak.
Not even my neck. She's grasping onto air.
Such an illustrious audience is a rare honor, mortal. Do not squander it.
Yes, Polemarch, we will shut up. Okay then. And apparently we can mount up here, so let's do so. Okay, so ascending the stairs. Here we are.
Her memories are unequivocal, Devos. Your hand has sworn herself to them all.
Lysonia. I never knew darkness lurked within her.
Okay, so now we kinda get a... what would you call it? It's not a spoiler, but apparently Lysonia is the hand of Devos. And Devos is the paragon of... what was it? We saw it in the previous video. Loyalty. So Devos is the paragon of loyalty, Lysonia is the hand of loyalty.
What troubles you?
Polemarch Adrestes says, the Archon's chambers are just above. I urge you to practice extreme deference while in her presence. Okay. Curestia, the firstborn. I will escort you to hold audience with the Archon. I beseech you to present your family information what was that? Succinctly and directly. So I beseech you to present your information succinctly and directly. Our wise Archon will hear you and make a decision on the best course of action. Speak with Adrestes to address the Archon.
Find your purity.
The Archon has been the esteemed leader of Bastion since its inception countless eons ago. You would do well to remember your position as you humbly request her aid. Yeah, we know. We're little peons. We get it already. I am ready to speak to the Archon.
This is dire news for Siphonie. But the Archon has turned a deaf ear to such tidings in the past.
The circumstances have changed. Tell me of these Forsworn.
Most have merely lost faith, and may yet be redeemed. But some have fallen so far as to wield the power of the Maw itself.
It is true. This mortal has fought against Ascended who are in service of the Jailer. Lysonia is not the only one.
We do not know when or where the Forsworn will strike next, but strike they will.
What you speak of is unthinkable, but we must remain vigilant nonetheless. Paragons, return to your temples. Adrestes, monitor the wards. It appears you have a part to play in all of this, mortal. Let us see what comes of it. Go in service.
Yes, ma'am.
You are seen.
The Archon's grace is upon you, mortal. The wards of Bastion. Each temple of Bastion is protected by a ward here in Elysian Hold. As long as the wards hold, no malevolence force can launch an attack. It is concerning that the Forsworn were able to attack Purity in such force. Your orders are to examine the wards. As long as they hold, Bastion stands strong. Investigate the temple wards in Elysian Hold.
Remain humble.
Okay then. So off to the south. Training dummies. Don't remember those. Never really gave any attention to them. Ward of Loyalty.
Good. The Temple of Loyalty's ward is active. The Kyrian, meditating on their duty to Bastion and the Archon, are safe.
So these are the wards. Ward of Purity.
Peculiar. The Ward of Purity is disabled. This is surely what allowed the Forsworn to invade in such force.
Indeed, Clea. Okay, up to the next ones. There's two over here. Word of Humility.
Humility's ward stands strong. However, perhaps it would do the Forsworn service to relearn the lessons taught there.
Yeah, get smashed by the big Goliath. That will teach them. Word of Wisdom.
The past memories of all Kyrian are stored at the Temple of Wisdom. I am quite relieved to see its ward holding.
Okay, so the Temple of Humility was one of the first temples we visited, where we had to reactivate the forge, then also duel some aspirants, and like I said, where we learned our lesson in humility from the big Goliath. Okay, and the last one, Word of Courage. This one has been added after we checked all the other ones, so you can't really interact with it before checking on the other words. Okay, here we go.
The Ward of Courage holds. That is quite the relief.
What do we see here? Uther.
Fools! The Forsworn will triumph over the Archon!
Quickly! We
Shoot
must
him.
alert the pole mark!
Too bad you can't. Okay, so Uther has disabled the word of what was it? Courage. So this hints us that the Temple of Courage will be the next target of the Forsworn.
Do you need a task?
Polmark addressed these. It seems the Forsworn are in our very midst, even in the spires. We must send aid to the Temple of Courage post-haste. Now, let me just
We
open
all
this.
serve a greater good.
Okay, by the Archon's will.
By the Archon's grace.
And there we go. It has been ticked off. Now, unfortunately, as I kind of predicted, not finishing the additional quest has left us one level short. So we are to reach level 53 for the next chapter. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do that off screen, I guess, because this is the end of the chapter and therefore the end of this video. Okay, so as we went to Hero's Rest to try and get an audience with the Archon, we were given our personal assistant. This is a steward who can help us by bringing us some files of serenity, and who can do some little chores, I guess. After that, we summoned the pole mark. To do so, we had to repair the beacon, which is what our steward did. Then we came to Legion Hold, I hope I am pronouncing it correctly, and spoke to Polmark Adrestes, who then told us several times to stay silent until we are supposed to say something, until we were addressed. In doing so, we received, or at least Adrestes received, orders to check the wards. Adrestes told us to check out the wards, and in doing so we noticed that the Temple of Purity, its ward was disabled, and while checking the ward of Courage, Uther appeared and disabled it. So that means that Temple of Courage will probably be their next target, or the Forsworn's next target. Okay, so that's that for this video, and in the next video we'll be going through the Temple of Courage, chapter. So again, this does not match the achievement, because this one says a time for courage, but I think that it kind of matches. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see when we are making this video. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope you will check out the next video. Bye!